Hi, everyone. Welcome to Moovs Moments. My name is Pete Evenson, co-founder of Moovs and your host today. Moovs is the newest software for limousine and transportation operators. Whether you're just starting your transportation business or you've been in the industry for some time, Moovs is the easiest software to delight your customers, drive more sales, and automate your day-to-day. From website creation to payments and dispatch automation, we're here to create operators of the future. Now, enough with the intro. Without further ado, I am thrilled to announce my guest, Lenesia Cooper, founder and CEO of GoGo Party Bus, and a user and fan of Moovs. Lenesia, welcome to Moovs Moments. We're happy to have you. How are you?
Hi, thank you, Pete. I'm glad to be here.
So excited. It's great to chat with you. You're one of my favorites, so obviously thrilled. With Moovs Moments, this is something we've done recently where we want to talk to transportation operators. We want to learn from them and hear about their stories. I think everybody has a story through their background, how they started their business, etc. So we're really excited to have you on. I would love to start with your background. Tell me a little bit about you, kind of where you grew up, and then we'll dive into the transportation business.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in a small town called Clewiston, Florida. It's in South Florida near Miami, West Palm Beach area. I have three siblings, two brothers and a sister. And we all grew up in this little small town, out running barefoot in the streets and doing that stuff that you hear about. And I went to school, college at Florida International in Miami. I got a bachelor's degree in mass communication. Now I'm currently married. I've been married for almost 20 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
When's the anniversary?
The anniversary is April 5th.
Okay, coming up. Nice.
Yeah. And I have two daughters and two granddaughters.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great. So you grew up, did you always want to go to college in Florida? Was that always part of the plans?
So part of the plans were to go to college up north. Okay. But parents couldn't afford that at the time. So Florida FIU was a great school. It was a commuter school. I was able to work full time and go to school.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And did you have any sort of jobs growing up? Did you kind of know that you were going to become this entrepreneur? I mean, you hear about these stories of people, the lemonade stands and doing the car washes. Did you have that inspiration to become an entrepreneur early days?
So the jobs that I had growing up, I used to. You remember the self-service gas stations?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not self-service, full service.
Yeah.
I used to pump gas.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I went to Oregon. It's like still a thing, like where they actually, it's illegal if you pump your own gas. So yeah, very familiar. Yeah. I spent some time there, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So I used to pump, gas. And then when I went away from college, I was a receptionist. Really busy, like, you're the frontline person. So I was always on my toes, answering phones, greeting folks at a health department, at a state health department. And so what it inspired me, like I knew that I wanted to get my education, get my bachelor's degree. And that was really instilled in me from my family, from my mom. So I worked hard for that. And then, the entrepreneur bug kind of kicked in when I saw some people when I was in South Florida. Mainly all the businesses are mom and pop or family owned. It wasn't a lot of big corporations there. So I used to see people, working hard, having that entrepreneurial spirit, because it was a very diverse community. You had all types of community there, and they was all self-employed for the most part.
Yeah.
So after college, I relocated to Atlanta and then worked hard. So also I worked in IT for almost 17 years and I traveled a lot, going to different parts of the country. And something, it clicked because I had to sell myself each time to a client, sell what I do, how I can be the best for them to hire me. Yeah. And so at that point, I realized I can be my own boss and do this myself.
I love that. So this explains why you're so tech savvy is your experience with IT, right?
Yeah.
Where, and for those watching, Lenesia and I have worked together. Obviously, she's using Moovs, and she is so good with technology. It's pretty amazing. So that helps me understand a little bit more about your background, right? And so were you, in those IT days, was this primarily just computer-based work for companies that you were helping those with, or was this, maybe family, friends, local shops? How would you support them, in IT?
So it was financial. It was large financial software implementation. So it was corporate. Yeah. Okay. So most of it was major, 500. Fortune 500 businesses.
Got it. That's helpful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. That helps so much. And as far as your background goes, that's really exciting. And you kind of got this entrepreneurial spirit, seeing it from others. So let's dive into that. I want to know about how you started GoGo Party Bus. How'd you start it? Tell us more about the company today.
Yeah. So how GoGo Party Bus came about is I love throwing parties. So when I wasn't traveling on the weekend, or I always used to come up with an excuse to have a party or have folks over. And so at the time I was like, oh, well, I'm going to do an event hall, have banquet hall, that would be my start to being an entrepreneur, since I love to throw parties and events.
Love that.
Well, like when I decided to do this, I think in 2008, that's when the financial crisis hit with a home. And then so loans and things were just hard to come by. So with me being traveling with my job to different cities, I would see mainly in like Las Vegas. And one time Jeff and we went to Europe, to Paris, and I saw these buses go by and people were dancing on the buses.
Yeah.
And
this was like, where was this?
In Vegas, and then I actually saw it in Paris. And I think Paris was my first time seeing it.
Okay.
So, it was a big bus, and people was inside dancing.
I love that. Yeah. So how long ago was that when you saw it in Paris?
That was it had to be like 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see these parties, you love the party, you see people dancing. And it's great because you see it in Vegas and then you see it in Europe and you're like, okay, this could be international, right? This is
exactly. Absolutely. Right? There you go.
Yeah, this is a thing.
So
keep going.
So I hadn't noticed when I came back home from Atlanta, so I started doing my research, and it's like I haven't really seen a party bus. Then I came across one, but it was like a school bus, college, students kind of created it. But I wanted something nice, something entertaining, something that I would enjoy and get on. So I started, and I went and bought a van, actually, like a party bus van.
Okay.
And tricked it out.
Do you remember the model? Do you remember the
type? It was a Ford. It was a Ford shuttle van. Okay. And they used it for shuttling the airport.
Okay.
So I said to myself, I think I'm gonna do this, for kiddie parties, something I could do on the weekend, and just take them around and have them enjoy the bus. So I had it tricked out. So I found someone to trick it out. So I want to say probably a month after it being on the road, because I branded it. Okay. And it had GoGo Party Bus.
So this was like, you knew the name, it was going to be GoGo, you got the branding, right? And then you basically got that bus branded, right? So it was like, okay,
right,
people are going to see this.
Right. And it was a different look from the brand that you see behind me. It was more kid oriented, targeted towards children.
Makes sense. Yep.
So about a month after it was on the road, people start calling me, hey, I want, do you have a bigger bus? I want to get on the bus, And I was like, no, this is what we have, and start managing that. And then maybe 6 months later, I had another bus. I was
Wow.
like, this is something. So I'm gonna get another bus to cater to people, adults.
Yeah. And so let me ask you there. So originally, were you targeted to, families and their children going to, let's say, an outing, for example, or they
Yes, that is correct.
go on the bus and have a good time. And then you found that it didn't necessarily need to be for just, kids and their respective families. It could be for adults too, adults going out on the town. Is
correct.
That right? Okay.
Yes. And that's exactly how it went. And then, so I got a bus 6 months later, another 6 months, another bus, till I grew the fleet to 8. So I think I got 8 buses within 3 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And so at that time, I decided I only wanted to focus on party buses.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen any woman, and a woman that looks like me, an African-American woman, that owned transportation and was strictly party buses. It was limousines, sedans, and so forth. So I said to myself, I'm going to focus on the brand. I only focus on party buses. The people will call and said, you have sprinters and things like that. And I thought about that, but I wanted to be consistent and have a consistent product and stick with party buses.
I love that. There's something to be said, and I'm curious to, this is a male dominated industry, right?
Absolutely.
You're coming in here as a successful female, you're making noise. I'm proud of you for doing that.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I would love to get your thoughts there. How has it been as far as being successful or trying to find success in a historically male dominated industry? What sort of things, let's say there's other females who are watching this looking to start their own transportation business, or maybe they're on the verge, or maybe they've already started them, right? What sort of advice do you have for them? I would like to know, maybe you could tell me your experience so far and advice that maybe you have for females who are looking to start or have just started.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up because, this month is Women's History Month.
Exactly.
So I think my advice to women that is already in the business or looking to, to start their own business is perseverance, tenacity, and show that you can do it in a male dominated environment. And because when I started 10 years ago, I reached out to other operators and they brushed me off, because I, was like, can we partner? Can I be an affiliate and stuff like that? And I want to say maybe about 2 or 3 years being in the business, I was getting phone calls. Hey, I'm seeing these GoGo Party buses. I want to see how I can work with you. I'm like, oh, now you want to work with me. Yeah. But I was okay with that. And I'm like, okay, what can we do? And
so you were receptive, even though you got some pushback early days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And so what advice do you have for a female that's looking to start or maybe is just getting going? How can they form their own path the same way that you did starting GoGo Party Bus?
I would say, don't let anyone sway you, and deter you for what you want to do. Stay focused. And ultimately, I know that as women, we want to do things by ourselves, but have that support. I can't say that, my spouse really supported me in this venture and this endeavor. So I'll just say be determined, don't let anybody sway you from what you want. You just go for it.
I love that. So good. And it's nice to see you have the success. I have to say, it's really incredible coming in this, and it's tough. I mean, my mom, she is a female entrepreneur. Right. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of you. I think it's perfect as far as, Women's History Month. So it's just a really nice thing to see. And so thank you for that advice.
You're welcome.
So as we're looking at GoGo Party Bus, tell me where it's at today and what are some future plans that you have for GoGo Party Bus?
Where we're at today, believe it, it's 10 years. I mean, we're still growing. We're still, trying to, finalize and make that niche finite. And I mean, we haven't really talked about why Moovs is important, but Moovs is helping GoGo Party Bus take us to the next level with the technology that it offers.
So yeah, let's dive into that. I would love to hear. So how did you find out about Moovs? And let's start there. How did you find out about us? We've had some really good conversations, obviously, 2 days. And what has that been like for you incorporating this into your business?
So I'm gonna tell you something how I found out about Moovs. So I was looking to start my own technology as well.
Wow. With your IT background too. I mean, that's almost competition for us.
Yes, but I was researching on technology to help with on demand, the dispatching, because I knew once I start the franchise model, I needed that dispatch feature. And so I was looking to do it myself. And so when I was doing my research, I came across Moovs and, saw that you guys were up and coming in the technology and you was building this technology. And then I said to myself, well, if someone else is doing it, I don't have time to do it. I just want to grow my brand.
Yeah.
Technology, I love it, but it's not, what I want to start.
Yeah. I mean,
and so that's how I came across Moovs.
Yeah. And were you testing out other softwares previously before you converted to Moovs?
I wasn't testing out any software, but I was using the Limo Anywhere software. It gave me some things that I needed, but it was just, missing. Like I said, the dispatch automation, the customer facing interface part of it. And it was a lot of managing of the software that I had to do. And so with time and tried to bring on other franchises, I knew that wasn't a solution for me to keep.
Time is critical, especially as you're growing your business too.
Right.
You need that time back as much as possible. And so you found out about Moovs. We've had some really good conversations. And now we recently did your website with our new website.
Yes.
Talk to me about what your experience has been like with our new Moovs website builder.
So the website process has been great. With Moovs providing me with a template, giving me a framework to start with. And kind of fit it a little bit to not fit, but kind of update my content, put some images, so that it could be well. It's streamed. The movement is streamed. It's not all over the place, and it's dated because my old website, it wasn't mobile friendly. So the now Moovs website features is real mobile friendly, and it's very, very it's amazing.
I love it. It's been really nice working with you on that project too. Watching it come to life where you have the all-in-one solution, you have the Moovs website builder. So anybody that's looking to create their own company, or maybe they're using their own dated website that could be 5-10 years old, plus the all-in-one solution with the booking app, events and everything. That's, for a lot of users, what we're hearing is that, hey, whether I'm starting out or whether I've been in the business for some time, it allows me to be successful with these new tools. So as you're thinking about that, what made you make this decision to shift to, let's say, a website and a new software in a time like COVID, when a lot of other businesses, including transportation operators, who pumped the brakes and said, hey, I'm going to wait until this is done? What made you kind of be proactive rather than reactive?
Exactly. So I felt like this is the time to kind of reevaluate the technology, reevaluate the business, and kind of focus on, because I knew we were going to get a handle of COVID at some point. So I wanted to take the time to try to just address some of I felt the shortcomings in the technology was in the website. And then just when things get back going, I'll be ready to go. And, everybody will be moving on GoGo Party Buses, and then we'll be easy to book them.
I like that, moving on GoGo Party Buses. Like that has the synergy there, that has some synergy. I like that. So good. So you've built this franchise model, which has historically, you don't really hear about the franchise model in the limousine and transportation industry.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can elaborate there. What sparked your interest to create a franchise model, and where are you at today with the franchising?
So when I started, when I realized it was when I got the process, when I got the 8 buses together, I was able to replicate quickly because I had a template, I had a model for just replicating it and just, getting more buses. Mm-hmm. So I felt like, bringing it to a different city or having a franchise model, it would be turnkey. And since I already, perfected that piece of it, then I could bring it to other cities and other operators.
Yep.
And strictly party buses. And because that, like I said, that is the niche. Mm-hmm. When you go into these other transportations, vehicles, then that's when it, become a little bit convoluted.
Yeah, for sure. So the focus for you is party bus all the way. And
yes.
that's really, and it kind of stems from, your background of, hey, you like to have a good time, right? You recognize that this was a good opportunity. And it's nice because some folks, they may color outside the lines a little bit. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. You've remained focused. You've found success with the party bus model. That's great. And what locations are you currently in today?
Currently, we're in Orlando, with Central and Florida, which includes Tampa and the surrounding areas, and in Miami and in Atlanta, where the corporate office is located.
Okay. And if someone is interested in becoming a GoGo franchise partner, how would they go about doing that?
They'll just go visit our website at GoGoPartyBus.com on our new Moovs website.
Exactly. Perfect.
And they'll be able to get franchise information from there.
I love it. So good. And maybe you could just tell me what's the next 5 years look like in a perfect reality for GoGo Party?
Yeah. So the next 5 years, pretty much, I would like to have franchises in all major cities.
Yeah.
And then again, Moovs software give me the opportunity to deploy the technology. Like I said, I already have my foundation for the party buses to be deployed. And then also a recognizable brand. The brand is kind of recognizable here in Atlanta, but I want it to be recognizable nationwide and across the country. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's going to come full circle when in the future you're walking down that same Paris street and there goes a GoGo Party Bus driving down the way.
Oh my gosh, that would be so great.
That's a full circle right there. I see it. I'm going to speak that one into existence.
Yeah, that would be great. And then lastly, the reality show. So a successful television show showing the ups and downs of a GoGo Party Bus.
For 1 second, because I got
sure.
it. This was in my segue. So for the people that are watching, one of the things that I found out about GoGo Party Bus, one, you've built this really successful brand, but you now have a reality TV show that is, and I've watched a couple, I watched the episode on YouTube, but tell me how that got started, the reality TV show, where it's at right now. What does it feature, right? Because this is what really caught my eye when I was finding out about you.
Yeah. So as we know, other operators that are out there and those who are starting, there are challenges, and running and being in this business. I mean, you have your customers you have to deal with. You have all types of customers, customers that like to have fun, alcohol and could be involved and things like that. And then it's a family-owned business. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is so unique, just having this family-owned business. It's a party bus company. Why not showcase and show it to the world on, what we do here at GoGo Party Bus with my family.
Yeah.
And that kind of inspired me to put it out there and then show other people, they could do it and they can run a business. It doesn't have to be a GoGo Party Bus, but any type of business.
For sure. And if someone wants to go and watch the reality TV show, and I'll put it in the notes of this when I post it on YouTube, where do you find the reality TV show? If I were to look it up.
So the show is coming soon.
Okay.
So So we'll have more information on that.
Okay, so that's a teaser, right? We got a little teaser coming your way. Okay, that's good. Well, I just want to say it's been so nice to have you here today on Moovs Moments. We're really excited about this partnership and where it's headed, especially when you combine the Moovs technology and as well as GoGo Party Bus. As you know, where you take that is going to be really exciting to see, and we're just happy to be along for the ride. So thank you so much for joining. Really, really happy, and we can't wait to see what the future lies ahead.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks for everything.
Yes, for sure. Have a great day. Okay.